What's going on, everybody? How's it going? Today I wanted to take a look at Doffy in OP02. This deck has definitely had a resurgence and definitely has some very favorable matchups into some popular decks. Does really good in the red. So let's hop into the list real quick. We got 4 Alvida, 4 Mihawk, just 8 2K counters. Mihawk is great. Can add it back off Gecko. We got Vanilla, or sorry, we do have Vanilla Gecko. We have Vanilla Gecko, Add Back Gecko, Tournament Pack Jinbei. This card is impossible to get. Kuma, Doffy Blocker, and Boa. And that's pretty much all of our 7 Warlords targets, you know, stuff to hit off our leader. We do play the 3 Pacifista with the 4 Kuma. 4 Perona. Just, you know, turn 1 play. It's the best one we got. 4 Love and 1 Spada. Spada can kind of be anything. I don't know. Card's okay. But I love. It's a great card. I think the events come up too much to not run. And then 3 Mihawks. Should honestly probably be 4. Probably just cut the Spada for the 4th Mihawk. Because I did not see this card very much at all. And this card is really good. So I kind of want to see this card. But I think the main reason you play this deck this format is because it does great in the red. Really good against Whitebeard, Zoro, and Luffy, just because you're able to swing for bigger numbers and still establish your board while doing so. So you clear their board, establish your own board, and then they have to deal with your board. So you're usually left with very high life when you're playing those matchups. Oh yeah, we also are playing 3 1-drop Law. This card's okay. I don't know. You can play it off leader. Feels bad when you do, but it's there. One cost blockers are pretty good, so I'm a fan. But let's get into the games. Alright, so first game, up against Whitebeard. One of our good matchups here. And we mulligan into the Perona like an absolute champ. I think I've gotten a little bit better at stacking on the sim. I have to kind of talk myself through it before I actually do it. But I do believe we end up drawing... We're definitely stacking the Vanilla Gecko, but I don't remember what exactly we draw. Okay, so we draw the 3-cost Doffy. Fair enough. So that's our turn 1. Rest of the hand's okay, and we got a 2K counter, another blocker Doffy, Boa, and a Love. Love will be good later. It's not so great now, but early game, you don't have to worry too much because we're mostly just playing off our leader. He starts his turn with a Nami. I'm curious which is better for Doffy. I would imagine the Straw Hat version is better for Doffy than the boat version of Whitebeard. So just because I feel like late game you might struggle a bit with all the big attackers they have. And also they aren't too concerned about dropping their 9 cost. They don't really have to defend their life. What also is nice, again, another great thing about Doffy is that you get to swing at Whitebeard every turn. And that's pretty big because some leaders, you know, if you want to use all your Dawn that turn, you don't get to swing at him. Earlier on turns like Law, like when you're first getting into your leader effect, a lot of times you don't really get to swing at him that turn. So it's definitely nice being able to every turn with Doffy. He's definitely thinking about this. I feel like he could. It's first life. I'd definitely just take it if I were him. But if he counters out, fair enough. I mean, yeah, it drops a 2K. He does know that I'm swinging every turn, so maybe that's why he wanted to defend that early life. See what he ends up doing. I was assuming, yep, just a vanilla, and then swing 6 on my Gecko. I will defend if it's an easy defend, because getting our attackers established with this Gecko is really good. Because we don't have to put any Dawn on him to attack as well, so now we'll have 2 attacks per turn. I will play our Add Back Gecko. So also another thing nice is that we were easily able to counter out and then just immediately add it back with our Add Back Gecko. See what he decides to do here. I don't know. I feel like with Whitebeard, I've only really played the boat version, so I just let all my life go. But just dropping cards early as Whitebeard, I would imagine, feels pretty bad. And then we just end our turn playing a 1-drop Law blocker. We'll be able to defend some of our characters, probably just trying to mainly protect our vanilla gecko. So if he swings at our add back gecko, I'll probably let it go. But he decides to swing 7 into 6. Weird number, but easy 2K. And he'll go 7 again into it, and I'll just block that one. I feel like it might have been better just to like not even put those Dawn on his leader and his Luffy and just swing for 2 6s. Because I understand like not wanting to go 6 then 8 because, you know, the 6 is a 1K and then I'll just use the blocker on the 8K swing. But probably didn't even need to attach those extra Dawn. I guess it makes me use a 2K, so fair enough. But we'll just start pressuring his board here. We'll put a Dawn on the add back gecko, swing 6 at his Luffy. And I imagine if he's thinking this long, he does counter, and that's cool with me. I still got 2 more attacks at that thing, so cannot complain about that. He'll let it go. Probably should have just let it go on the first one. But we'll play our Doffy blocker, and we have some not so great targets for our leader effect, but it's okay. We'll probably end up playing the Mihawk, I would imagine, just because it's a pretty good attacker. And maybe we'll put our 3-drop blocker as our second play, just so we can see hopefully better cards. And we'll swing for 7 at lead. We'll play that Mihawk. Doffy really just lets you swing for 6 and go really wide so fast. Like, matchup feels really good. So if you guys are definitely struggling against Whitebeard and you know how to play Doffy or have played Doffy at some point, definitely try him. You can definitely play this deck without the Tournament Pack Jinbei. I think the Tournament Pack Jinbei is just really good into like Law and sometimes like Zoro, where you just always get that value. But in this matchup, you know, you don't need it. It'll still be good. But he plays his Rush Luffy, swings 7 at my Gecko. I let that one go. Swing 6. That's an easy defend, so I'll probably just counter out of that. And yeah, I was going to say, if he does go 8 with the Luffy, I do have to let it go, but because he lets me block, I'll probably just block this one. Definitely think about it here. Yeah, doing the blocking it. And we're still at 5 life. That's what's so great about Doffy. And he does have the Makino to buff up his Nami. Probably goes 6 again, I would imagine. 6 at my Mihawk. Fair enough. We'll let that go. We don't have a 2K. We draw a Pacifista. Not much to really do this turn. But because he swung with the Nami, we get some nice value on our Perona. I'll swing 6 at his Rush Luffy. I would imagine he'll probably end up countering out of this if he's confident. I don't know. If he's confident that he can also counter out of my leader swing, then he'll probably let this go. But he has no Dawn active, so I think the correct play is just letting this go and maybe trying to well, no, maybe defending. I think defending this one is fine because then you ensure that you keep either your Frankie or your Luffy, depending on what I attack next. So I think it is the correct call to defend this one because it's an easy defend. We'll play our Doffy blocker. We see a Jinbei and a Boa, both definitely better targets than 3-cost Doffy. So we'll probably, I would imagine, end up going with Boa just because it does more. And I'm thinking if I want to leave up my Love, I probably do. So I'll just swing 7, play my Boa. And another universe, if I was really concerned about this Luffy, I definitely could have put an extra, like, honestly, I could put the rest of my Don minus the one I used for the effect and just really cleared that Luffy or made him use like 3 cards in hand. So I wasn't just too worried just because I'm at 5 life. I'll have the Love for this turn. I have 2 blockers. So I'll be able to save mostly what I want to save this turn. And he'll play his 9-cost Whitebeard. I'd imagine he'll just leave that last Dawn up for an event. He'll swing 8 at my Boa. Probably Love. It's the perfect number. Yep. And that does technically mess up our stack, but we can just draw again with Boa next turn because we can just use both of our blockers here to make sure she lives. And that's exactly what we do. That is one thing I always like forget about Boa when I'm playing this deck is like, the thing is, you know, you're not always going to be able to defend that Boa. Like, his turn could have literally been put 3 Dawn on Luffy and then just swing at my Boa. I can't block it and it's gone. So I hate like playing for the guaranteed draw on Boa because if then, you know, you get punished if they're able to remove it. So I think most of the time it's just better to play it like this. We had the Love, so that's why it didn't get messed up. So it ends up being okay. And we do get to swing at either of his characters here, so we don't have to invest a ton of Dawn into swinging at him because he's at 8k. And I believe the next card we play off leader should be the Jinbei, which, I mean, if he destroys it, we can bottom deck the Machina. The Machina really isn't doing anything, but it's something, I guess. I'm just thinking if I want to play my blockers or one of the blockers, maybe I want to play the vanilla. I actually decided to swing with Perona, which, fair enough, he's only on 2 cards. Unless I'm like, nah, I want to, well, let's see what I do. I'm pretty sure I swing with the Perona. Yep. Let's go another 6 at the Luffy. I will say almost always, all Doffy games like take forever. The deck, like, it's not like a slow deck, but just how people have to play into it, it just, games take a while because you always have something on board that they're going to swing at. So you're going to be at a pretty high life. Oh, okay, our next play was the Doffy blocker. Okay, we must have got messed up by the Love and the Boa. Fair enough, but we see some really good targets here. I definitely want to play that Gecko. Okay. Then we'll play the Law. Definitely could have gone 8 instead of 7 there. I don't even play the Law. Oh yeah, fair enough. He has a Whitebeard. It would do nothing. He drops another Whitebeard. Normally, like, back-to-back Whitebeards is really scary, but because he only has 2 cards in hand, I'm not too stressed about it. We can go really wide. He clears the rest of my stuff. And we'll just go 8 at lead. Yep, just match what he's at right now. I'll play the Gecko off our effect. Grab back a 2k counter. Definitely thinking about this swing. He's not in a great spot. I don't know if this is honestly winnable for him at this point, just because I'm still at 5 life. It'll take him at least another 2 turns to kill me, and I can just kind of keep swinging big. Unless, you know, he keeps playing more Whitebeards. But at that point, he's just going to run out of cards, and it'll still just be easy to go for a game. Definitely a tough one for him. Definitely a tough one. He 1Ks out of it. Okay. We got there. And I end up playing the vanilla here and leave 2 up, baiting that I have a Love. I definitely don't. But I think the reason We did that is just to secure an extra attacker for next turn, because if he doesn't have another Whitebeard, he'll be at 0 life, and we'll just be able to kind of chip down his hand and go for game because of that, even if he has a lot of event counters. So the rest of the hits we'll just take. We don't need to worry about it. I did kind of expect him to have another Whitebeard here. Then he puts 3 down on, and I'm like, yeah, I'll just take all of it. I'm fine. He swings with the Machina, which is funny. I'll counter out of that one, just to make sure if I miss lethal somehow. Next turn, I'm alive, basically. So he has 3 cards. We have potentially 4 attacks, so this is pretty much just game. As we can just swing with everything at 6, and doesn't matter if he has event counters or not. So we'll go 6 with our blocker, he'll 1k counter, 6 with our Pacifista, 2k counter, we'll go 6 with Perona. This Perona put in the work this game. Need to have 1 Rad Beam. And then we'll just go 6 with our leader, and that is the game. Alright, let's hop into the next one. Alright, we're up against Luffy. Another one of our good matchups. I tried to get a decent amount of red, just so you guys can see how this deck fares. This is definitely a closer match than the Whitebeard one. And I also had to speed this match up just because all the matches I have today took a decent amount of time, so this video is going to be long. But we turned on Perona, get a decent stack, and he Dodons, and the usual Doffy, Perona into immediately activate our leader next turn. We play Jinbei off of it, which will get some pretty good value already with just bottom decking the Dodon. Can't complain at that. He'll swing 5 at it. I'd imagine we probably defend it for at least a turn. Or he could just pistol it, that'd be kind of funny. I don't think he will though. Kind of just trades down. He plays a Robin. Attaches the last 2 Dawn onto his Dodon. And yep, we'll defend it twice. Why not? We'll put 1 on Perona. I'll swing 3 at Dodon. He counters for 2k. And then we'll just go 5 at his Dodon. He'll let it go. Use our leader effect again. Play add back Gecko. Grab a Kuma. And we'll pass to him. I don't know if you guys have played much Law, but I absolutely hate this matchup with Law and Luffy. I feel like they just play every Robin effect in the game, and it is so damn annoying. It's a hard matchup. But he'll pistol my 5-cost Gecko, and then swing 7 at our Jinbei. I'll just let it go because we'll be back to even. All good. He'll swing 5. Rare opportunity that I get to take a life early, so I'll definitely take it. We'll play our 3-drop Doffy. Look at the top 5. We get another Jinbei, get a Boa, and the add-back Gecko, all great targets. I'd imagine we're going for the Jinbei again. We are. We'll swing 7. He'll counter for 3k, and we'll play our Law Blocker and pass. So we're in a great spot. He'll swing 5 at the Jinbei. We will defend it. He'll drop his Rush Luffy. If he wants to go crazy on killing that Jinbei, he can go for it. That's fine. And I'll pass it to me. We don't have a ton of plays here. But we'll probably just swing a decent number at his Rush Luffy, play the Gecko, grab back. Kind of doesn't matter. We're probably not playing any of these. We'll just grab back a Jinbei. And he did leave one up, but he is in a radical beam range, so I didn't really respect it at all. He'll counter for 3. We'll play add back Gecko, grab another 1k, and then play the 1-drop blocker law. So he's at 10 Dawn. Whitebeard may happen, may not. I'd imagine if he's swinging before playing Whitebeard, Whitebeard is probably not happening. Oh, it is. Okay, interesting that he decided to attack before dropping it. Fair enough. I'll put the last 2 Dawn on his Rush Luffy and swing at our add back Gecko. We'll let it go. And then we'll probably just swing at his Rush Luffy. Oh, he immediately lets it go. That's probably the correct play, just because it's more Dawn for me to swing into his leader than it is to swing into that Luffy. So I kind of figure I'm not going to play anything here, just because basically 2 of our laws are leaving next turn, and maybe even our Doffy blocker. So I'll keep most of the cards in my hand in case I want to play them, just because Whitebeard's going to deal with one of the blockers, and we'll probably just use the other law there. Oh, drops another Whitebeard, but he still can use Whitebeard effect because of his leader. He'll swing 7 at our Luffy. And I think I just commit to saving this boa because we'll use 1 here. And the next swing, he'll pop my other law, and I will just use my Doflamingo blocker. Draw for turn. Like normally in this spot when they have double Whitebeard and they're like have it like 2 life, 3 life, they're in a great spot. But I'm still just at 4 life, and my board is not as good as his right now, but we'll still be able to establish something every turn. So I feel like I'm in a fine spot. We definitely want to play that vanilla Gecko. It's so funny that one of the best additions to this deck is a vanilla card, just because you can play it off leader. It's so good. It's easier to defend than all of your 5Ks. Thinking about just swinging a lot, or do I want to maybe play one of my 4 drops? We'll swing 7. Now this turn I definitely could have played it so I could swing with the boa and then, like not mess up my stack, but I think I just wanted a blocker just in case to kind of preserve some of my board. Thinking on what number I want to swing, just decided to go 7. We'll play Vanilla Gecko, and we'll probably tap out by playing the other Vanilla Gecko. Really get a bunch of bodies on the board. And I don't think it's bad to leave this boa up, although he does have an Otama for it, but that's fine. It's another card out of his hand. We're definitely looking to go for game, but he'll be able to clear a decent chunk of my board. He can even pop the Perona if he wants to. He'll go 7 attack Gecko. I just let it go because I'm like, yep, you can just use your last Whitebeard attack, even the Zoro, just on hitting my face. It's cool with me. So he does pop the Perona. We'll just take both those life. Draw for turn, and he has 3 cards, 1 Dawn up. I definitely think of it here as like, am I going for game? Am I not? I really wanted to check if he, was bluffing or not. So I think I swing a decent number at him. Either that or I just swing 6. No, I swing 9. Okay. And he does use the Radical Beam, so I know I'm not going for game. So I can clear his board, or clear some attackers, and probably set up a blocker and be safe enough. Probably just going to swing 7 at that Zoro, play our 4-drop Mihawk, play the boa, and pass turn. He immediately jet pistols it. It's always a bit scary, but I know I have enough counter that I should be fine. So he swings 9 here. I know I can counter out of it, but I do the math here, and I'm like, I want him to try to go for game to keep more of my board alive for next turn. Because if he just decides to clear the rest of my board, yeah, I can't kill him next turn. I don't have any rush. So he definitely could have done that. But he, hopefully, this type of bait, he'll try to just swing at my lead. And he goes 10, so I'm happy with that. I know he's going to clear one of my characters now that I can counter out, but that's fine. He'll probably go after my Gecko. Yep, can't save it. That's fine, though. We just need 2 attacks to secure the win here. And he Zoros at my Mihawk, and that is game. Pretty much just swing 5, swing 7, GG's. Yep, and he scoops it up. Alright, final match of the video. The best one, we got the mirror. And he is going first, so good start for him. And we also don't see Perona, so not the best start for us, but that's okay. It's okay. We'll see how it goes. We'll just play our 1-drop block here. He will immediately go into his leader, of course, the usual Doffy. We'll get another blocker law, and he'll pass it over. And right here, I consider just playing my my blocker Doffy, and I'm like, I think I just get too far behind if I don't just YOLO this leader effect, and that's exactly what I do. And I hit probably my best target, so cannot complain. There are definitely a lot of targets that we can hit just randomly, so I feel like it was worth going for there, and it definitely put us in a much better position than we would have been if we just played our Doffy blocker. And next turn we'll have a good curve because we'll be on 6, so we'll have 3 to play the Doffy blocker and 3 for our leader effect. So it worked out nicely. But he'll play a Perona, look at his top 5. I don't love this 1-drop Doffy. It only, I mean, you can run it. I don't think it's, like, terrible. I just don't like it doesn't have any counter, and it's like, Perona is kind of just better. Like, the effect comes up sometimes, but it's okay. He'll swing 7 at our Gecko, and we'll just 2k counter out of that, and he'll play his own vanilla Gecko, and then he will use his 1-drop Doffy to bottom deck our Law. Don't really care about that. I'm kind of cool with him using an extra card. We'll just go 6 at his Gecko. He'll 2k counter. We got some pretty good targets here, especially the add back Gecko. We already have a 2k counter engraved, so that'll get some pretty great use. And we do have a Perona for when we burn through all of these targets. Yep, we stack it, so we play the add back Gecko. We'll swing another 7, add back our Mihawk. He'll 2k again. That's fine with me. He will go 7 at vanilla Gecko. We'll 2k out of it. He'll go 7 again at it. No more 2ks. Not good. We'll just block that one. And he plays a blocker Doffy. Fair enough. I feel like he's already very low on cards in hand, though. That is mainly due to just him protecting his cards and using that 1-drop Doffy effect. I don't think that was worth it. But here we are. We'll go 1 on Gecko, swing 6 at his vanilla Gecko. He'll block that one. We'll go another 6 at his Gecko. He'll counter out of that one. I definitely could have gone one more Dawn on my leader, just to guarantee that this Gecko dies, but I was like, if he uses the last card, I really don't care. And then we have 4 Dawn, and we'll play a Boa. So definitely seeing both of those Geckos in our first stack is really helpful, because it'll pretty much maintain our card advantage throughout the game now. And he sees his Mihawk, which I was worried about, because I have not seen the Mihawk in my top 5, and I haven't seen much of my life. So, I mean, it might be there, it might not be. I don't know. But I still think we're in an okay position. We'll just swing 5 at the Kuma. He does have his last card was the Pacifista, so that's pretty funny. But we'll just take some free life here. No reason not to. Just set up for us to go for game eventually. Play a bow off that. He takes all 3 hits. Cool with me. We will play our blocker Doffy. Get some more good targets. Best target is always that Vanilla Gecko, I swear. That card is too good. And we probably want to draw the Love beam. And that's what we do. We'll just float 3 Dawn. I mean, there wasn't a lot of value in putting Dawn on characters when he had no cards in hand, so... And honestly, the second 7K, I kind of wanted him to counter out if he could, just because I'd rather him have no cards than, 2. I think he had 2 at that point, so yeah. But our board's super wide. We have a ton of attackers. He's going to need to work on clearing some. He'll go 7 at my Boa. We will 2K and 1K out of it. He'll go 6. We'll 2K out of it. He'll go 9. We'll block it. And then if he wants to swing with his Doffy blocker, that's fine with me. Oh, he goes for the swing with the Perona. But should have used that last Dawn because I'm dropping everything. And we're pretty much just committed to attacking this turn. We can leave 2 up for the Love. I don't remember if I end up leaving 2 up or not. But we'll go 7, play another Boa. Definitely just going to harass him with 7s this turn. Go another 7. He'll block that one. Go another 7. He'll take that one. Go another 7. He counters out of that one, and we'll go one more and just say, you have to kill me next turn, or you lose, and I don't think there's any reality that he could have killed me anyway, but he doesn't have the double 2K, so that is game. Thanks for watching, guys.